What's going on, all you Total War fans from down under here, and thanks for joining me on another battle in Total War. This time, if you can't guess it, it's Attila. So I've managed to pry my hands away from Warhammer Total War, or Total War Warhammer, and I'm finally gone back to Attila. I got the game not too long ago, and I've barely played it, so now I thought it's time to show it some love. So let's get into it. I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach to introducing the armies this time, because I noticed that in the Warhammer videos I was just taking too long introducing the units, and some people complained to me. So here we are. This is going to be the new format. So we're going to start off with the enemy first. It's a 2v1, so we're going to start off with him first. Starting in the center of his city, he has two Kurdish archers sitting on either side of the wall here, plus an onager on this wall with a Persian immortal group ready in wait for the eventual wall to collapse. We've got some slingers moving around, some Armenian slingers with elite Dalamite infantry, and another one over here, as well as another onager and another bastion onager here on the wall, and one over on this side as well. And then he's got 3 units of Sogdian warriors, 4 units of Sogdian warriors, and 2 immortals guarding the entranceways to the main square. And he's got another Royal Persian archer unit up there. He also has another onager unit. So he's got 2 onager units here. My apologies. He's got 2 cavalry units sweeping out real quickly. Let's quickly see what he's doing with them while we're checking out the units. He's got 2 Persian mounted warriors, so charging out to take on my troops out here. So let's start introducing my units into the game since we're out here. Attached to these 4 siege engines here is a ram which is about to charge, going into my Nordic Axe warband. So there we go, they just got a clobbering. Coming in to help out is the Nordic Spearmasters, so heavily leveled up. They're ready for a fight. Their morale's taken down a bit, but they're still going in for it. They just got hit. What a lucky shot, taking out 40 of my troops in one hit. That's really lucky. So, and then we've got over here 2 units of how do you say these? Gesifas sword infantry. So heavy sword infantry. They're running in to help. Look at that. They've got the. I'm missing that. The standard bearer. That's such a nice sight to see. And then he's got his cavalry coming in. Looks like he's going to charge into this infantry unit. He's going to hit. Geez, those catapults that are mounted to those walls do quite well. And look at this, he's just charged into me. Damn, just as I'm introducing my units, he's done a really quick counter-attack. Very smart to try and break up the play a bit here, but perhaps not smart enough because it's only 2 units versus 4 of my heavy units. So I'm sure they'll do well. So let's introduce my units. I had 4 catapult units here, targeting the section of wall here with explosive rounds, so they do more devastation. They've already taken out a whole heap of Persian immortals that were sitting there, or Sassanid immortals. I forgot to mention who they were. I'm going as the Saxons. Our enemy is going as the Sassanids, and my ally are the Western Romans. Sorry, I forgot to mention it, but there you go, better late than never. So looking at the army units that I have here, I have a whole heap of spear units. So I've got 1 elite Nordic spear unit here, plus 2 units of Dugas spearmen. No, I've only got 1 unit of Dugas spearmen and another Nordic spearmaster. Going in behind, I have elite Saxon javelin men. They are really heavy. They remind me a lot of the Thunderers in Warhammer, the Dwarf Thunderers. Really good ranged attack, pretty damn decent melee attack as well. I've got my general unit at the back. He's an infantry unit, Nordic warlord, sitting on the ground, or standing on the ground. And I have 3 units of cavalry. So, this isn't my cavalry. This is my infantry, sorry. I've got another chosen warriors. I've got 2 units of Gesifas infantry sitting right here in reserve. They were mounted onto these siege engines, but I don't think they're of any use in this battle since there isn't really that many walls that we can mount them onto. And then here are my 3 cavalry units, heroic cavalry, 2 units, and 1 Saxon lancer. So let's just have a quick look at them, just so you can check it out. Yes, they look great, don't they? Look at those lancers. Look at this cavalry. Fantastic. Can't wait to get into this battle. So my allies have already gone into the fight, and geez, these catapults, these onagers that are attached to the wall, they're devastatingly accurate. They're really able to hit. So let's look at the Romans, what they have. So he's got one elite Palatina. He's got all elite Palatinas and some Herculean Signores mounted to these siege engines and making haste to the wall. I don't know if he's using them as a shield against any archers or whatever, but it doesn't seem like they're all going to fit on there. He's got a battering ram, the Helusiani Signores. I just said it before. In position right here, going to batter those rams down. And he's also got another battering ram here in reserve, I believe. So Cornuti Signores. So lots of Signores taking on a lot of. It sounds very Spanish, doesn't it? Signore. Is that how you say it? I think it is. He also had 4 units of siege of onagers as well, but it looked like they've all been taken out by the onagers that the opponents have, but they've still managed to do some sort of impact to the infantry. They're using explosive rounds just like me. Let's look at the infantry units, and look, he's got them in defensive testudo. I love seeing this. I miss seeing defensive testudo. It's such a nice formation. So he's got 1 Western Auxilia Palatina and 2, 3, 4 Cornuti Signores lining up the bulk of his infantry. He has 2 units of Ravenna Elite Ballistaries, so the crossbowmen. Very nice. He's got his general unit on the back, Comes, or Comes. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Cavalry unit there. And over here he has, see, the onager unit that's retreated. And now he's moving in his Scolae Gentiles. It sounds like they've lost it. Maybe maybe something's happened to their genitals. Scalded genitals. Their cavalry's running in there, or riding in there now. Looking very nice. Nice to see them in that wedge formation. Alright, so the battle's heating up. Now, I wanted to open up this wall a bit so it's not such a death trap. And speaking of death traps, I've used one of my javelin men to trigger all the death traps that was triggered here. I don't like sacrificing troops like this. I think it's a waste, but it was for the greater good of the rest of the army, because if I was to rush in all my heavy infantry, they would have all got caught up in that, and I didn't want that. So I put them on loose formation, triggered all the traps, and it seems to have worked. Pardon me, I just coughed, so I'm not feeling well. I'm still very sick. But now it looks like the enemy has moved their infantry into position, and my javelin were just throwing some javelins. It looks quite nice. I like not seeing any trails, just the spears, the javelins getting thrown into the air, and they're just knocked over like a fountain. Some powerful legs. And now I should be moving my infantry in position. Yes, I am. I've got some of them running. I'm going to have some of them marching. So the idea is to send them in waves, not to send everything in one hit. And over here, as I said, I've taken down the enemy cavalry, and I'm moving my battering ram into position. So look at them, they've got their nice shields up, protect themselves from the arrows. It's so much more realistic than Warhammer, isn't it? I love coming back to this and just experiencing a more realistic battle. So they're going to come here and they're going to knock down that wall, and 2 towers are just shooting away. Hopefully we can take it down. At the moment it looks like my allies have penetrated the gates, and now they're coming into here. They're just forcing their way through. They're throwing their cavalry, their spearmen, everything, their swordsmen, everything to try and get through these immortals that are sitting up here. But they're managing to do an alright job of holding it back. Oh, there goes one cavalry unit. Now he's got to take on these Sogdian warriors. So let's see how he goes. Did he last long? He's switching to sword already. He can't use his lance. That guy just got pushed back, I think. He's being cocky. They're not willing to take him on. No, we'll stand back. We won't take on that guy. He's obviously very elite. He's just standing there so cocky. But we'll see how long he lasts. Actually, we won't. Let's go have a look and see what's going on with the rest of the units. Some Sogdian warriors are all just standing there at the moment. These archers, they're not doing anything. They're just standing there. This would be a perfect oh, here we are. Give him a volley. That wasn't a very... Oh, there we go. That's a better volley into my allies. And look at that. He just got copped in the chest. Falls so dramatically. I love it. And the blood effects in this is so much better than Warhammer. It's not just a bucket of paint being splashed onto a unit. It's an arrow hitting someone's chest and then blood spurting out. And then the body here just... Oh no, I'm going to... Oh, just dying so epically slow, which is brilliant. Alright, let's check out what's happening here. I've managed to also penetrate the walls with my infantry, moving my elite Dugath spearmen, moving them in to take out these archers to stop some fire, or stop some of those arrows raining down on my infantry that are just standing there in that little pit. So, yeah, this is nice. That's it, men. Get in there, slaughter them. Spear him. I want to see it. I want to see. Yes, look at that head explode. That's what I wanted to see. Pardon me again for coughing. And another head exploding. Just completely erupt. It's like a watermelon getting shot or something. Just exploding. And I've had some problems moving my javelin men up. I wanted to get them up onto this little hill here, so when they throw, they're not just hitting into this hill. Actually going to hit into the units, but they didn't end up doing it. And there's a bit of a mistaken move there. Have I got any... Oh, here come my swordsmen. Because the mistake, if you haven't noticed, they have some pretty heavy infantry with their backs turned to me. This is what I would have loved to have had my javelin men standing up here and just throwing javelins into them and then moving my heavy infantry in, but that's alright. It's going to have to work out this way. So let's see, does he turn him around? Does he turn him around? He does not turn him around, and the slaughter begins. So, silly move on his part. He's noticing that I'm starting to flood this area, and he's bringing in some infantry to try and hold me back, but why doesn't he turn him around? Oh, it's a shame. But anyways, let's see what's going on over on this side. I'm still... Oh, I've penetrated the gates. The gates are down. What's this here? Oh, look at this. Isn't this nice? Some nice little features. Seeing their weapons there next to their tents. And now I'm moving my infantry in here to take this section. And I should be moving my cavalry as well. No, I'm not. Alright, let's see what my allies are up to. Here they are. They've just knocked down a statue. Or maybe it was already knocked down, but they're moving more into the courtyard. It's happening. They've broken the backs of the infantry that's there. The archers are still not doing that much, which is a shame. I reckon it could have changed the outcome if these archer units were just sitting on here, raining arrows down on them. Or maybe if they were more effective at taking down the units that were in this section. But, oh well, it's good for us. We're going to win it that way. A unit that I didn't see, actually 2 units I didn't see, was the elephants. Indian elephants, fantastic. It's very devastating. They got 1 archer on the top, plus a rider. And then the general unit, who's on the move. He must be wanting to join the fight. It looks like here it's the spear units, the spearmen, the Dugath spearmen have done well, and they're down to so few troops, but they're still taking them on. And here come the cavalry. They want to take them out. A bit late. They should have used them a little bit earlier. It's the Persian nobles, so the general staff should have used them a little bit earlier, and he could have relined up the archers. But his mind would have been all over the place since it's 2 versus 1. You can't help that. And now we've basically taken it. It's ours. We've taken the area. We've punched a hole. Oh no, here come the war elephants. That could change everything. Like the elephants at Osceola at Minas Tirith, they nearly changed the tide of the battle. If it wasn't for those undead, or those dead ghostly soldier things that Aragon and his friends brought along, they wouldn't have won it. But, my allies have... Yeah, this is definitely a 1 battle. There's hardly any of them there, but the archers are now starting to be more effective. Don't know what these guys are. Naff throwers. See, these guys are just sitting there doing nothing. They should be lining up here and just throwing into them, because they would have won in retreat, a lot sooner. And it's only the archers there that are holding him. That's alright. So let's look at the unit counts. So, done some significant damage to us. He's taken down almost 2,000 of our troops. So, well done to him. We've halved him. We've more than halved him. But now he's got his elephants running in there, stomping around. Let's see him. Probably got him. Has he got him on stomp mode? Probably not. Doesn't look like he has. But they're going through the lines. Oh, now he probably has the trample mode, I think it's called. So look at that. These arrows are slowly raining down. And we've just taken down one of the elephants. Brilliant. Chop them up, eat them later. Keep on going through, and there's my allies. Look at them. Look how nice they look marching through. Let's get a more cinematic shot. Look at that. so well ranked. Very well disciplined. Well done. And now they're going into the fight. We're going to charge into the settlement this way. The way that I cleared, the path I cleared, with least resistance now because I've slaughtered them all. Here I'm just taking in all the glory. And it looks like this side's been completely taken too. He's got a unit taking on Persian immortals there, which, where did they come from? They look pretty fresh. No blood on them. How many have they got? Yeah, they're completely unused. You could have used them to block off the entrance a bit more, help out the other immortal unit, and then use his nap throwers to burn them, but that's alright. Mistakes happen. So that's brilliant. Well, that's pretty much battle one for us. Only a minute left. There's no way he can turn it around. I do wonder, could he have won it? If he was a little bit more strategic in the placement of troops? Oh no, I don't think so. We were outnumbered him way too much, and we outmaneuvered him quite well. And I do have my cavalry still trying to bust through these barricades, as well as some infantry in there. We've taken the morale point, which is good. Gives some bonus morale to our troops. And I have a cavalry unit that's about to run up the hill. Yep, running up. Going to try and swing around and maybe help out units I have there. No, there's no real need really. It's going into the center. Brilliant. Well, that is battle one. So thanks guys for watching. The celebrations have begun. I hope you enjoyed the battle as much as I have. We'll analyze the stats first before we call it quits. So if we have a look here, my highest performing unit, 103, 105. So 105 from my javelins. That's good. They did really well. We look at my ally. What's his highest performing unit? 94. Yes, so we've outdone him. We've taken the most kills, and our opponent got the highest amount of kills, 209, 160 for the war elephant. Very good. So well done to everybody involved in this, and that'll be the end, I suppose. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like and a subscribe, and share it around with all others to enjoy. And I'll have another episode to you soon, but until then, I'll catch you later.